Welcome back to whatever this is. My name is Kaysa. I'm online, and today I'm just going to be starting the 15 days of Spookies. Scary movies are just not things that I usually gravitate toward. I think it's one of those cases where I think if everyone else is going to watch it, I'll watch it. That's how I ended up watching The Conjuring, but I don't typically go out of my way to watch them by myself. I usually like action films. I'm okay with gore and all that stuff, or even playing some scary games. But in front of me, I have a list of supposedly the scariest movies of all time. Some I have seen, like one or two, and some I have not. And I just want to play like a little simulation game where we talk about the concept of the film and what you would generally do. Up first, we have an absolute classic is The Exorcist. Now, I have not watched it myself, but this is one of those movies where you have to know about it because everyone is always referencing it. As you can see here, it's written in 1937. The Exorcist is the true horror classic that continues to terrify audiences to this day. Fun fact, apparently one time my dad was working at Applebee's and there was an exorcism there of some like little girl. Like they legitimately came in like late at night. I think my dad said it was like a priest, a mother, and a child and had an exorcism. And we still ate at the Applebee's afterwards. Like I guess my parents just did not care. When looking at The Exorcist, the tale is loosely based on actual events. I love when movies do that. It's like based on true events, real events. It's just like, well, yeah, just let me know. That stuff is happening around me. When young Regan, Linda Blair, starts acting odd, levitating, speaking in tongues, her worried mother, Ellen Burstyn, seeks medical help only to hit a dead end. A local priest, Jason Miller, however, thinks the girl may be seized by the devil. The priest makes a request to perform an exorcism, and the church sends in an expert, Max von Sydow, to help with the difficult job. Here's what I would do, truly, in my opinion. Sorry to say it, you're getting disowned. I can't associate with you. If you're possessed, let's be realistic. Realistically speaking, you're probably going to kill me. I don't really think priests nowadays can actually have the capacity. At least the priests I have access to. You know what I would like to ask? Who has the money in this economy to keep looking through different potential priests and exorcists? Like, I feel as though you have to go to like the old land, which I'm assuming is Europe, somewhere in Europe. Italy, they have like the Pope there. You know, the one option on the table is that we just leave you behind and we never speak again. You go be possessed on your own, you know what I'm saying? But that's a little rude. And then the other option is that, you know, whatever's possessing you may unalive me too. That sucks. But let's go for a third option. Let's be optimistic about this, okay? I want to be optimistic this Halloween. I think the best course of action, if someone was possessed, truthfully, is to tie them up. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. We need to tie them up with like bandage wraps. And you could put whatever on those wraps because they're wraps. They're not like rope necessarily. Rope would probably be a really good option there. But the first step is that you have to wrap this person up so they can't just be moving all around, breaking their bones and all types of stuff. They'll probably speak tongues. They tend to do that or throw up. They do a lot of weird stuff with bodily fluids, you know, when you're possessed, apparently. But you got to tie them up. And then you put them in like a coffin. Put them in a coffin. Easy transport, okay? And no one's going to question too much, right? As long as they don't keep making all types of sound. And then the best thing you can do is buy a hearse. You see where I'm getting? You see where I'm going, right? It's thematic, right? You tie them up, put them in a coffin, put them in a hearse. Now they can be transported. And with the coffin itself, you can also probably like carve some thing in it, you know, put some crosses on there and holy water, just sprinkle it on there, you know, get a whole sprinkling system if that is what you would prefer, if you can afford it. But we're on a budget right now and I don't know how much a hearse rents for. Then after you get the hearse and you can transport them, then you drive them around. Oh, and probably should mention you should probably also just use regular rope or chains to keep the coffin closed. You never want to like have a demonic entity possessing someone, distracting you on the road. That's a safety hazard, to be honest. And then what you do, drive around to your local priest, and if nobody can help them, nobody, and I mean like you've gone across the country, you paid a lot of money and gas and everything, stopped at every single gas station and got all the variations of different flavors of Lay's chips, then what you have to do is just drive off of a cliff. Drive off of a cliff and don't come back. That's what I would do. If you have some other ideas of what you could possibly do, if someone you know was possessed, please let me know below. Like, comment, subscribe, and happy Spoopy month. Spoopy, spooky, slightly unnerving, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Probably, maybe. Who knows? I don't know.